There's a girl, she's a star. She's got style. Steffi Star, you see her face around the town. She's popular. Steffi Star.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinstein.
And I'm Meredith Keach.
And we have the most stunning, gorgeous guest on today.
Like known everywhere.
Like everyone says,
cutest,
yeah,
happiest,
yeah.
fun-loving, bubbly.
Yeah. My sister-in-law said, who is coming on today? And I said, Jenn Smith. She goes, oh, she is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are embarrassing me.
So ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome,
without further ado,
Jennifer Smith.
what's your middle name? I love a middle name.
Oh, it's Lynn.
Lynn.
It's very basic.
Oh, well, I'm Ian.
Oh, that's
With no E?
yeah. Lynn, Ann, and Marie, I think, are very common middle names.
Mine's Carrie.
I'm so
Oh, yeah,
excited
Carrie.
to be here. Thank you for
Well,
that.
we are
Thanks for joining
very
us.
so
nice.
happy for you to be here.
Very nice intro.
yeah.
Play that.
And Jen has my dream job. She knows is like, because this place just is so special in my heart. I feel connected to it, and that job, when I found out Jenn Smith is the new executive director of Sheep Pasture in Easton, is like the dreamiest of all dream job ever.
It is pretty dreamy. I do love it a lot.
So Sheep Pasture, for those who don't know, is a 150-acre land trust in Easton. It has walking paths, garden space, animal space, which we know we're bringing animals back. There's a beautiful barn and carriage house, and children from towns all around us get to go on field trips to Sheep Pasture.
The reason for my background giggles
Yes.
is because when Gregory was in kindergarten, we had a field trip there. And the sheep all of a sudden was going, bah, bah, bah.
They do tend to do that.
Well, out came a baby sheep.
No.
There was a birth. There was a birth
During the field trip.
during the field trip.
I mean,
And-
what better way to learn about farming?
Well, Gregory's
animals.
class got to name the baby sheep. And it was during one of the Jewish holidays. And so Zach Stern named the sheep Esther
Oh,
Oh.
why Esther?
because it was during Purim.
And
Or as the very Jewish people say, Purim. So it's during Purim.
that's a memory to take
what
with
does
you.
Esther have to do with Purim?
Queen Esther is
Oh.
one of the main characters in Purim.
Oh.
Yeah, so Zachary Stern named the sheep Esther.
I'll have to like corroborate the
ask.
story with Louis, our unofficial NRT ambassador
Yes.
to all things.
Now, I was trying to cover Gregory's eyes. I thought it was a
You didn't want
lot.
to see all the bits and pieces.
It was a lot.
Well, I too was there for a birthing.
Oh.
Happened to be there with my kids one day, and twins were born. And the most fun part, even beyond that, was the other animals' reactions when there was a baby born. So at the time, there were running ducks. Running ducks are the little black
Yeah.
ducks that are thin and like run in a line.
Yes.
And there were geese. And there was another animal there, and I'm forgetting. I think Simba was there at the time. All the ducks came out
Ducks in
like
a row?
little yentas, and they were screaming, saying like, "Baby is born! Baby is born!" And they had a little parade like around because the babies were in the little hut or whatever you call it, and then they came running out to like sound the alarm that there was a baby born, and then the cow was walking around funny. It was a whole
like out of
to-do.
Bambi.
Yes, it
What
was
is-
a to-do. I couldn't believe it.
I have never witnessed a birth.
Well, Meredith and I have.
How is that possible that the two of you just randomly have witnessed
I don't know.
a birth?
We
Well,
don't
there
know.
are lots of animals. I mean, when I was a kid and we would do our field trips, there was Amelia the pig. There were two
Yes.
gigantic pigs, and the schools
Big boned. They like big boned.
big boned, yep. And the schools would provide their food.
Yeah.
The leftover scraps they would go to the pigs, and then at different times they had sheep and goats and only one cow that I knew of. And then bunnies,
We have peacock. There was a peacock
a peacock,
and turkey.
turkey, newts. Newts were in the office.
I don't know. What a newt
Box
is.
turtle.
It's like a lizard.
Yeah.
Like a little salamander.
What else did I know of?
We still have the box turtle.
Chester, the red-tailed hawk. Chickens.
Yep.
I think that's it that I know of.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
What's there right now, Jen?
So right now we have a goat, sheep.
One of each?
One goat, one sheep.
How sad.
Well, there is reasoning behind that. And I will also echo saying it is the best job. I mean, I've lived in Easton for almost 18 years.
Yeah.
And I lived on that campus. I mean, how many families in Easton have taken their pictures of their families there?
Everyone.
We go there.
Community
Harvest
gardens.
Fair. And
Fair.
yeah, it's the best time. And I have the best team. And yes, there are animals still. We have chickens. We have
One.
the goat, sheep. We lost an animal last month. But the thing that we have to be very
Lost or one died?
One died.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than just lost.
Correct.
Did you call the veterinarian in?
We did not.
Oh. Like you woke up and it was
Oh.
gone.
It was time.
Rainbow Bridge.
But we can't. It has to be a very specific process of bringing a new animal in because you can't bring. It's like you can't bring young new animals with older animals because it's not good for everybody. So we have to kind of wait for those, and then we only have a certain amount of allocated space for those specific animals. We kind of have to just wait until it's okay to like bring new animals in. So like for the cows, we have a whole new pasture. Like we have a pasture dedicated for the cows, and so the cows too will be going to like their own space. But like the sheep and the goats, like it has to be almost feel like a clean slate to start fresh.
So tell us
younger.
what the plan is for new animals, because I did see the announcement and I have noticed a lot more communication coming out of sheep pasture. Just want to say.
That's the thing. So the plan is, I joke that we're kind of in a renaissance of the NRT.
Yes. So NRT, can you explain NRT?
The Natural
and Sheep Pasture?
Resources Trust of Easton was founded in, I think, 1967. Elise Ames Parker dedicated her estate and grounds to the town of Easton. And over the past however many years, we've allocated and acquired different pockets of conservation land all around Easton. But our main campus is at our sheep pasture campus. And so again, that has all the 14 walking trails. It's where we have all of our facilities, our buildings, our animals. It's where we do all of the heart of our programming on site. That's where our staff is. And I just joined. They were crazy enough to hire me. I was at a racial equity nonprofit before I came to the NRT, and then I did construction for the last decade before that, which is good.
Management, though.
Management. Yeah. But it was good because we have a lot of new building and a new improvement plan that is happening. Actually, we just completed a renovation to our Parker Room building, which will be unveiling at Spring Farm Fest on May 3rd. Exciting. That will be like an overflow for all of our education programs and camps. But the plan is to bring back more animals, improve our campus, our signage. And so I'm actually talking with a breeder right now in Michigan who all they do is breed miniature mini Highland cows.
Oh my God.
I want one.
Shay sent me a video of one getting a bath.
They're very sweet. They're very docile. You can cuddle them. They're like little dogs.
Yes.
So I'm talking with one breeder in New Jersey, one breeder in Michigan. And so the plan is to acquire these 2 cows imminently, hopefully by the summer. And we'll have a temporary barn, but then we need to raise money for a big, beautiful barn. As they grow older, they'll need a nice new barn.
And the barn is for them to go in at night?
Yes.
Okay.
Or during the day, especially in the summertime, to have a place of reprieve for the sun. But
do they need a protection animal from packs of coyotes or anything like that? No.
No. No. I think no.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm trying to lobby for a llama here.
Oh. I was wondering
llamas
where that
are
was
protection animals.
And
like donkeys.
Llamas don't need a lot.
No.
They need a very small little space.
Llamas and donkeys will protect your herd.
No.
So we're doing a big barn dance on June 6th.
We're sponsored.
Yes.
But we haven't. I gotta add that to your tab.
My tab. My tab is so big right now. it's
How big is it, Steph?
Well, basically, I should just
Sorry.
hand over one of my
I should give
closings.
that check to you before I leave because I forget. I take forever to get a check out the door.
But it's going to be fun. We're actually going to be doing it in the barn. We have a barbecue truck coming. We have Shoveltown.
What's the day of that?
June 6th. It's a Friday.
How fun.
And it's a square dance. We have a live band.
Yeah,
Get
we're
your
sponsoring
partner,
that.
do-si-do.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh,
Yes.
So sign up, get tickets.
Yep.
I
And
can
then
see you in adorable checkered dress.
Yes.
I mean,
A-line.
let's not get crazy. You can take the girl out of Jersey, but you can't take the jersey out of the girl.
Oh.
Not really sure the plaid checker is going to work for me, but I definitely have a pair of rhinestone cowgirl boots that I wore
There
to
you go.
many, many country fests.
Oh, that was the question I wanted to ask.
Mm.
So I know you and exactly what you just described about yourself. How does that work for you working in an earthy, crunchy environment like sheep pasture?
Well, I'm a Libra, so I'm very balanced. And I actually am very crazy girly, but I am very much a nature girl. I love to lay in the grass. I like to hug my trees. I like to pick up bugs and collect things. So it is definitely a part of me. So it works well. But
Good.
the staff do laugh at me because there are just things I don't know. Case in point, Steph was like, oh, it was a newt. I was like, well, that's like a lizard salamander type of thing. That was actually a total guess. I have no idea.
It was. Yeah.
I know
Right.
it is like a lizard, but
Yeah.
is it a lizard?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There is a learning curve, but I get by on my jokes and my
Yeah.
personality,
Yeah.
and hopefully that will.
And
that
And
will
you
Yeah.
float
learn
me.
those pieces,
Right.
right? Management is different when you're there
Yeah.
to bring it back to, what it should be, its prominence.
Well,
Kind of felt quiet.
And
I
it
think.
feels out of place, but I've had many 9 lives in all types of careers. When I went to school for social work, I ended up being a teacher. I was a preschool teacher. I taught half of the kids that are in high school and almost like first 2 years
Yep.
of college. Now that's how we met.
Yep.
And I did that for a very long time, merged into construction. I always say same tantrums, just bigger bodies, and you're building things with blocks. And then I floated into the nonprofit space. So it is culminating experiences that actually have led me to understand how to be outward engaging, how to be collaborative, how to make projects work, how to build teams. I think the communication piece that you see is different is I'm like a houseplant. I'll wither and die if I'm not out and talking and doing things. And so the big mission for us is I as a resident, realized how quiet the NRT got. And there wasn't a lot of activities or communication or programs. And so I am talking with the library, the museum, the Easton Rec, going out and doing things like this because it's fun. But also I think there's so many wonderful things about Easton. I love our town so much. I love everything about it. I love raising our kids here. There's so many things to do, but I think sometimes it can be very siloed. So I like kind of bringing all those things together. And so doing things like partnering with the museum or the library to do programmings and volunteering at other people's. I was just at the Tricentennial event at Langwater volunteering. I'll be doing the same thing on Saturday. It's just good.
Yeah.
It's just good to be a part of the community.
Well, in a nice sense too, right? Like we've got big budget issues coming up and you see on social media and people are freaking out and yelling at each other and pointing the finger and all that. And at the end of the day, I like what you're doing a lot better.
It's way more fun to talk about. I have a feeling we're going to talk about lots of more fun things. There's a lot to cover. Steph's chomping at the bit. And she was, do we want to address the things that are changing? So that's what's changing about the NRT. And we just launched a brand new website today. Please, please, please.
Tell us
go
what the website
online.
is.
It's NRT of Easton.org.
And I used to be a member. Do you want people to become members again?
Yes, I mean, it's how we sustain and thrive. I mean, not to go too far into the town budget, but we are impacted to the tune of $80,000 that we're taking a hit. But also at the same time of me coming in, trying to do all of these things that need to get done, improving our buildings, improving our programming, making sure we're fully staffed, making sure we can take care of the animals and acquire these animals. So we sustain on donations, memberships, trying to come up with fun ways to actually have people want to be members, like thinking of
What do you get?
well,
And how much is it?
it's $45 for individual, $75 for a family. You can get free ticketed events. You get, if you would like to use our grounds for party rental or event rental, you can do that. If you would like to enroll your child in summer camp or a camp of any kind, you have to be a member. But I'm also trying to think of other fun ways. Feedback would be really appreciated on like what would actually get people to want to be members. I did work with a group of marketing students from Northeastern this year. they came up with a great
Ooh, that's
survey.
fun.
It was really fun. Talk
Yeah.
about like collaboration and
Yeah.
partnering. So we did that. I think we do need to figure out some other ways to get people to want to be members. I think a member appreciation event or doing something that, or you know, that you can't do anywhere else.
I haven't been there for years. Is there a nice indoor space that could be rented out
barn.
for a party or so?
Yeah, I mean, we typically don't do the barn, but I think again, it's our most beautiful building. It's our most beautiful building, and that's where people
I'm
wanna
surprised
go.
you guys don't have more weddings there.
I think it's not. I think it has to tie back to our mission. You know, in the nonprofit space, if it's as a fundraiser, yes, to a certain degree, but event rentals doesn't really tether to our mission, and we can't
Got
really be open at night because we have limited electricity. It's dark,
Right.
and people live there.
Right.
People live on that campus. There's
Right.
3 homes on that campus. So, but during the day, you know, we have the pavilion, the carriage house. Now we have the Parker room. But yeah, we'll think of it. We could brainstorm here.
Interesting.
Okay, so no room rentals there, really.
Carriage house,
Okay.
the pavilion.
How many
Okay.
people does it hold? If you were to have a little soiree.
The pavilion is like 75. I would
That's
say.
outdoors.
That's like outdoors.
Yeah.
Is there a covering?
Yes, there is.
I think you guys should have weddings, daytime weddings.
Okay.
I'm
can
thinking
You
about.
can get a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
I'll stick it on Jean, the do.
Don't tell her I said to do it.
Can you please have Meredith on a committee?
No more committees. I'm retiring from my committees. I have to.
If you're complaining about the checkbook now, if she gets on a committee, you're going to be broke. It's the whole point. People want people on committees.
What was the other thing I wanted there? Oh, I know. I've been lobbying for years now, and I have sent this to you as well.
Oh, here we go.
I want, at the Harvest Fair, I want pig racing.
Oh, yes, we did talk about this. Okay.
I kind of feel bad for the pigs.
They love it, and they get cookies at
They
the end.
do?
Yes.
If that's like me, I'll run for food.
I'll
you
run for
dangle
food.
a cookie in front of me,
Yes.
I'll run as fast
They
as I
run,
can.
and like people can bet on them. It's like, so these outfits, they bring in everything. They bring in the staging, they bring in the racing area, they bring in the pigs,
Yes.
and you just have the venues. So like Harvest Fair, you can go to the pig racing. Don't tell me that wouldn't be amazing. I've seen videos of it. It is so fun. Just
I
saying.
think you guys should cover it live and do like a report.
I did the chili
I
cook-off.
like that.
That was my job a couple of years.
There was a chili cook-off at the Harvest Fair?
Yep. Yours
Do
truly.
people love chili that much? To do a chili
Well, it was
cook-off?
fun. You'd have like Neil did chili.
Okay.
Different restaurants did chili. But they wound up stopping it because the Board of the Health got so difficult about whatever.
Town. Sometimes.
Safe serve crap.
They want all of our fun.
And it was a lot for the restaurants
Yeah.
to
Right.
do
They
a
have to
massive
haul all
amount
their
of food.
crap.
Because there's a
and
lot
get
of
it there.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a lot of
But
people. It's our
people loved
biggest
it.
fundraiser.
I will
Harvest
say,
Fair is our
like,
biggest
events,
fundraiser.
venues like that at the fair, I think were really fun. But I haven't been in a bit because I have hockey players and we're playing hockey.
That is a
So,
grueling schedule. My children are not in hockey.
yeah.
It's grueling.
Mine never were.
Ice skating is now very big.
I worked
Did you
in the
know
Apple
this?
booth too with Jean's family. I did that a whole bunch of years.
Yep.
That was really fun.
We don't know Jean.
Jean is
What?
the dude. So listen, if the Jean and Louis are long time NRT,
Decades.
for 40 years.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Jean has been the director of operations. She had a different title, really.
Yeah.
She was the secretary, but no.
Yeah.
Jean was
Right.
the director of all
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
So she's the do, and she's been there for 40 years. And Louis has been our animal and land
Wow.
steward for about 40 years. So
They
there's-
have been
Wow.
the consistent employees
Yeah.
there at the park.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of history.
That is amazing.
And
A
Jean
lot of-
lives on
40 years.
campus.
She lives on the campus.
Yeah.
Yep. Right across from the pavilion. So if she hears that I was committing to events, I'll be dead.
Tell her I'm having a
Well-
party. I actually looked at having cheap pasture for my wedding.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Aw.
Yep. And Louis was going to cut a heart in the grass for us.
Okay, meanwhile, she ended up having it at a huge mansion. And she was looking
Where
at
did you have your
pasture.
wedding?
The Outer Banks.
You went to the Outer Banks for your wedding?
Yes.
Yep.
And it was a whole week event.
Yeah, it was. It was a big party. It was like
I did
spring
that
break.
wrong. I
The
should have
kids tell me it was like spring break. What? Yep. It was
You
a
should
lot of fun.
renew, and then we'll all go down.
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat. I would love to.
They were
It
talking
was
about
so
doing the
fun.
wedding venue over at the Governor Ames estate.
Yeah. Oh, the new
Oh.
pavilion. Yeah.
There's
It's
so
pretty
many
cool.
pavilions in town.
Well, they just put
All
it
the
up.
cool kids are doing it.
The covering. They must have just put it up this week because
Yeah.
it caught my eye driving through town
It's
this
pretty.
morning. going to drop the dogs off at Val's.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does Lulu go to daycare?
She doesn't, but we'll take her to JM sometimes. But you take her to Val's?
Val's Pals.
Where is it?
Pond Street.
Oh.
Miss Val is very exclusive.
She is.
You
She's
can't.
sold out.
Is there
She's
an
very tough to
application
get in.
process to
You
get in?
have to.
Tell you what, I'll throw her a membership and some fresh eggs.
That could do
That's
it.
another perk. That's another perk as a member. You can get our farm fresh eggs from our chickens.
I didn't know that.
Boom, boom, chicka, boom.
I'm going to sign back up.
Ooh.
I haven't even
Shit's
signed.
expensive now. You
No
can
kidding.
get them super cheap and super fresh.
Val's a townie, so you might have some connections there if you angle through.
I'll work that
sheep
angle.
pasture.
Yeah.
I'll work that angle.
Lulu would
She
love
only
playing
takes
with
referrals.
Val's.
Lulu is a good girl. I have a Belgian. She's a Belgian Malinois. She's just like a
Yeah.
big.
She's a dog of war, and
A
Jen got
alligator.
her for a family dog.
Listen,
How many pounds are we talking?
she'll definitely run for a cookie and she'll kill you. She's like, I don't know, 100 pounds.
She's the most athletic. She's more athletic than a German Shepherd.
She is like shredded. Like, everyone, all the Easton moms are doing like the
Wow.
fitness competitions.
Yeah.
If she were to do a fitness competition, she would win.
Yeah, she would.
Wow.
Stealthy,
Yeah.
muscular animal.
Yes, focused.
But when I walk in the door, she just like lays on her back and just like waits for me. That's how the Highland cows will be.
'Cause that's their
super
job.
ciddly.
Yeah.
It's their job to snuggle.
Can I tell you what my daughter is looking to do for a civics project? So
Yes.
they have to do at
Please
the middle
report.
school civic project, and her civics project is going to be that they should have more therapy dogs in the school system. They shouldn't be
That's a
only
great
for
idea.
the kids with special needs. She said, we all have stressful days, and having a dog that we can just hang out
That's
with,
a great idea.
we should have do it. And coincidentally, in came from the mail, there was a study done out of UMass Amherst.
that teenagers have never been more depressed the past 10
Yes.
years.
And that dogs help them.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll
There's been
persevere.
a huge
that.
increase.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I don't know how the therapy dog, I don't know how it works. If a person in the school system owns the dog, or I'd have to.
I bet you would have to be like an external contractor to come in. You might have to have multiple depending on like how often that program needs to look like.
And who takes care of the dog during the day?
That's why I see like it would be an external contract, someone
Yeah.
that comes in, works with the dog. In all of my very educated, because I'm so knowledgeable in this line of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's super important.
Could Lulu be a therapy dog?
If we trained her,
Yeah.
it's a lot of intense training.
Yeah.
I'd be too lazy. Sister brought her bunny.
Well, that would work.
You could do
Yeah.
a therapy bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a puppy in every classroom, there'd be never any behavior.
Yeah, you're right. They just calm.
You also wouldn't get anything done.
You would get nothing done. It's fine.
If I was in school and it was a dog in there, I mean, I
Forget
had a
it.
hard time paying attention in school anyway.
I didn't listen to
about-
one thing.
No.
Think
I
about
know.
how the dog works in a family home.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
So
just
my dog
flock.
hangs out, and regularly the kids
Yeah.
will they come upstairs. The first thing that they do is they go over and hug and pet her
Yeah.
and talk to her, and then they go and do their business, and then they'll come back over and
Well, my dog had to go spend the day at Meredith's one day, and she couldn't take all the
it was
tumult.
too much.
Yeah, she reported directly upstairs and jumped into
I
Meredith's
found
bed.
her in my bed, away from the children.
Oh my God.
Rosie wanted nothing
Oh
to
my
do with
God.
the children. I sent Steph pictures. I'm like, Rosie
This
is
is not her
a kid dog.
place.
No.
She said it's not her
It's
vibe.
not her place.
She doesn't care for kids.
Mm. How do you feel about kids?
They're
You're my
okay,
friend.
you know. They're all right. Fine.
They're little people with a lot of needs.
I wish I could do a preschool class again at Sheep.
I would
House.
do it in a
know.
heartbeat.
The preschoolers are
I
so
would teach
cute.
preschool
Do
again.
they,
I
do
love
they
that.
do preschool classes still at Sheep Pasture?
Well,
I
we're
taught
trying
one.
to. We do. I mean, at Blanche Ames, they have a pre-K. We've done some, but I don't think it's our norm. But I actually starting to do that because I think we could definitely do some enrichment, and go on site. I think with preschool, it's so hard to get preschoolers on site because of the transportation. But we could absolutely go on site.
Well, I think the one that I did was like a special program. It was like during vacation week preschool class.
we do. I mean, we do offer it like for April vacation. I think we have a preschooler with us, but they're not. It's not the norm. Like, it's not a ton. It's not specifically just for
Right.
pre-K.
Oh, got it.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, maybe you could get a volunteer to do a preschool class.
I would do it.
That was me. I don't have the time, but someday I will again.
I know.
Mm.
Do you know what's on my roster looping back to Ames Free Library?
What?
On my to-do list, has been there for a couple of years now,
Some
I would
overdue
love to see
library
that
books?
list.
is
By the way.
to have an hour a week at the library. I just sit and
You
do my
just
work
sit?
at the
Oh,
library.
I
for an
love
hour a
that.
week.
I want to
would-
do that.
I want to do that.
Let's do that.
You and I
I
can't
got-
do it together.
You
though, 'cause
wouldn't
we'll
work.
chat.
You guys would
I
you guys wouldn't get
I
need to go by
got
myself.
so much work done yesterday because Meredith was not at the office. I'm like, everybody is fabulous.
Yes.
I got so
I
much
have
done.
to go in the conference room and not talk to anybody. But guess what I did this morning? I reread the chapter that I started from the book you gave me, Amy Tan's book.
Oh.
Which
So,
one?
Backyard Birding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
It's a great
so
book.
cool. So
She's a
Amy
great
Tan
author.
is right.
Joy
She's an
Lachlan.
incredible author, and it's her exploration of the outside world, and just she kind of figured out that she does her work, her writing, and discovered she didn't need to travel places to go explore the outdoors. That she found birding in her own backyard and started to jot down when she would see them, what type of bird. She started by knowing only 3 birds in her backyard. And now she knows dozens and dozens of species of birds that come visit her.
It's a great.
Yeah.
And she lets their little lives tell their stories.
Yes.
Very similar.
I love that.
I just started reading Chet Ramo's book, The Path.
I
Which is
have
another
that and I
great,
haven't read it.
very
Never
like
read it.
Whitman Thoreau-esque type
Yes.
of writing, where it's literally about he lives in town. I think he's still with us,
Yeah.
and he lives in town. He was a professor at, for those who don't know this, but I'm sure
Yep.
it's pretty well known.
Yep.
He was a professor at Stonehill, and he lived on Jenny Lind at the time, and there was a little path from Jenny Lind all the way through the sheep pasture to Stonehill, and he walked to work for 30 years, and he wrote a book called The Path, dedicated to this little everyday journey.
And now I'll be reading the book.
And it's
Yeah,
great. I'm halfway
is.
through. I bought one. They don't know it yet. I haven't given it to him, but I bought one for every member of our staff. Everyone who goes to the NRT should know this book.
Yeah.
So
Love that.
special. But yeah, you can find these little treasures of nature everywhere. Everywhere.
Now I feel
It's
like
a
we
nice
need a book
reminder.
club.
I know. I'm embarrassed to say that I have the book and I haven't read it. I've got stacks of books.
It's
That
all
I
right,
haven't
Meredith.
read.
It'll be your next read.
It could be a beach read.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got lots of them. But, I kind of ebb and flow with it. Steph
Yeah.
knows I love that
It's her
expression.
favorite
and
expression.
flow.
She likes to sit me down every year
Yeah.
in January to talk about the ebb and flow of real estate.
Oh.
Well, it's usually when she's in a full-blown panic and she will never sell a house again
Right.
or pay her bills or her
Right.
taxes.
So that's when Meredith sits me down and she takes out graphs and charts.
good. You can talk me through that as I do my donor cultivation. Well, Jen, there's an ebb and flow of
Yes.
giving and getting money.
Yes. Sit down with Meredith.
It's called
That's
Be
right.
Patient and Be Nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I express something about Easton? I'm curious. Well, Steph, you're not in Easton living
Easton
anymore, but
adjacent.
you're here. You're
I lived
Easton
here for
adjacent.
14 years.
Yeah.
And I sell real estate here.
I just mean like driving through the mean
And
streets.
I'm on the shopping carts. And
Yeah.
I look to Steph for advice in
Yeah.
every aisle of my.
No,
Journey.
I want to ask, being in Easton, so we have a tremendous amount of change going on in town, like at warp speed,
Yep.
new construction everywhere, every corner, the corridor from Target to the Five Corners intersection, through Five Corners, wrapping around it in both directions is massive change. And it's almost, I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm excited about all the change. That corridor is going to be absolutely awesome within 5 years. We're going to have sidewalks, street lights, new buildings, commercial, residential, you name it. And it's going to be great. And in other parts of town, we have projects going on. But it's almost unsettling. Is that awful to say? Like, I feel like it's like, oh, so much change going on. It's so much change. I just want it to be calm for a little bit.
well, you don't like change.
I don't.
You had a fit over the new studio here.
I did.
You didn't want a new office
Not
at
quite a
work.
fit, but I was like, this is not
No.
going to work.
Was
No,
it a fit?
It was a fit. She goes, I can't do this. She was a complete diva. I'm like, Adam, give her a minute. She'll come to.
And
She's
I'm wondering
fine.
if anyone else in town feels the same. Like, it's fine, we're going through it, but I just want to see the same thing at some point. I want to see the same thing.
What do you mean
Yeah.
the same thing?
Well, like on my drives, every day it's something
Yeah.
different.
Oh.
There's new parks, new sidewalks, new streetlights. There's DPW. It's just constant change, and it's going to be great. But I wonder if there's anyone else in town who feels
I
the same.
feel that way. I'm sure. I mean, if you talk to people who have lived here who are in their 70s, I mean,
Yeah.
they're just fit
They're
to
having
be
a
tied.
fit. But the older generation always has a fit with any
But I
change
also think
in town.
Easton was much more farm centric. Like there's a woman that I came to know through the NRT. Her name is Barbara Bowden. She lives on South Street. She did
Barbara.
the Easy Riders.
Yeah.
And she was very passionate about how like Eastondale was.
Yeah.
And how there was chicken farms everywhere. And
Yeah.
It was very rural. But I think the messaging of like what it will be. I think what's sometimes hard about the change is you're seeing it happen in real time. And sometimes it's ugly and messy and it's yucky. But when it's done, it'll be great. But when you're living in it and you're seeing it, you're like, oh God, like what is this plan? Sometimes you don't know what it's going to be. There's no sign. You're like, is it going to be a Chipotle?
Right.
Is it going to be a car wash? Like what's happening?
Well, and I guess part of it is, so we just lived through a renovation, which was okay. But to your point, it's
when you're
just
in
unsettling
it's not nice
as you're going through it. And so I've been here my whole life, and I've seen even some buildings, multiple iterations of a location, right? It used to be this, then it was this, then it was that, now it's something else. And just like all the towns that we've, lived and grown up in. However, other parts of the country, you don't have that type of radical change. New Hampshire, for example, so my grandfather built a cottage in Tuftonboro, and it's a 15-minute drive from Wolfboro Center. And you have to go to Wolfboro Center to go to the grocery store. And the drive from the cottage to Wolfboro Center, in the 51 years that I've been going there, there's one new house. It's a colonial on the left as you're heading towards the cottage. Aside from that, you can count on everything looking the same.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with the change and the evolution of a community over time, because growth, it's good, I think. It's expensive, but, you provide new services and amenities and conveniences.
I think you sometimes, with growth, just like with anything, you're losing something, but you're gaining something, right? Like, so you might be losing the comfortability or the fact that there used to be a bunch of beautiful trees there, but now there's going to be commerce, there's going to be a sidewalk. So, or the adjacent buildings to those beautiful fields that were crappy, fallen down, empty buildings are now going to be wiped out with something new in place. I don't know. I feel like there's always that juxtaposition of like, you're losing something, but you're gaining something. So if you can focus on what you're gaining. I would say from like a real estate point of view, like it's going to be great.
It's great.
I love it.
Great. I mean, even the area by where Target was, when they clear cut there, like they're doing on Depot Street, it was jarring to anybody who lived there to see, it was forest. It was a legit forest. And you, one day it was a forest, and the next day you come and it was all the trees were cut down.
They just did a study about tree plantings, that there are more trees now because of in honor of Earth Day, right? Because it was Earth Day. Yeah. That they did a study that there are more trees now on the planet than there were 100 years ago.
Look at that.
Because of our efforts.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us
doing
go.
it.
It's good. It's just as you kind of see this radical change, it's hard to keep your arms around.
You'll be fine.
Oh, I'll be totally fine.
But you guys could just roll on the grass at the NRT.
There you go.
See, just bring it back.
How about the community gardens there?
The community gardens, we are open for business. There are still plots, but you have to be a member to get them.
What do you mean plots?
There's like a whole section on the other side of like 138, almost across the street from where Moreau Hall used to be. There's a little entrance to the NRT where it's just community gardens, community garden plots. Almost like if you go to Boston.
Oh, nice.
And you'll have like these little areas where it's community gardens, community planting. Everyone will get or rent like a certain plot every summer. Sometimes people will do it for a year and never come back. Sometimes it will be the same people for 10, 15 years growing their gardens outside.
And they have, like on, I think it's Tuesday nights, they get together and share their harvest.
Yeah.
Does Ace do it?
No.
Did she? She's. You're both probably good gardeners.
I gardened at sheep pasture, but my kids were little and they would tromp through the carrots and squish the tomatoes.
It's not my thing. I kill everything.
I am not.
And Jean would tell me, she would have to come to me and say, "You're the talk of the gardens." And
Why? Oh, the kids?
The children?
Nope.
Oh.
Mine had weeds.
Oh.
How
tisk.
Embarrassing.
They were totally talking about my garden and how weedy it was.
That's like a no-no.
Those gardeners are judgy.
True story.
They'll be like snipping their tomatoes like, did you see Keach's garden over there?
But it was kind of neat to go and, I could do it in my backyard, but it was all set up there. I just had to till the soil, plant them, and you go get your you go get your carrots and your tomatoes, but I stopped doing it when Langwater came to town because Langwater has a superior tomato. You can't.
I won't be offended by that because it's true.
It's like
Can you believe I haven't been there?
what, Steph?
I know.
They have a great
I don't know
pizza
why.
night.
You can go get sandwiches there now.
Oh, their deli.
I might go
amazing.
today.
I had a great roasted carrot, grilled cheese.
Yes, their
What?
sandwiches are really good.
The bomb.
Yum.
And he just put in. Kevin just built the
Mm.
patio.
Oh, it's
Yep.
gorgeous.
How was
gorgeous?
their farm day last week?
It was great. The weather was beautiful. I mean, I have to say there must have been like 750 people there.
Wow.
It was
Well attended.
well attended, which as someone who had to wait in a face painting line with her daughter for an hour,
Yeah,
that was hard.
yeah.
But no, it was a great event. They had all your typical things. They had
Yeah.
face painting. They had
Yep.
hay rides.
Yep.
They had what else did they have? Music. Yeah, it was great.
Lovely day.
It was a lovely
You know, I
day.
haven't been to
So
their pizza nights. I'm gonna make it a plant.
I was
plan
just
this
talking
year.
about it because the pizza's good. Their food's good.
It's called
And
like
I
following.
think, yeah, they have like community pizza nights. You can let your kids wander
Yep.
like crazy little.
Shoveltown comes
People.
in. They have music.
It's a good
and
setup.
Kevin O'Dwyer makes pizza in the outdoor pizza.
They just
oven.
do it
How
right.
lovely.
They just do it right.
Yeah.
They really
You
do.
feel good about eating the food too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they're good people.
Mm. We like good people and good food.
Yeah, and look what they built. They're like Field of Dreams.
Oh, yeah. You drive by that and you're just like, wow.
That's why I love our town.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Everything. And then
Yeah.
you got Hilliard, like a
Yep.
family business. It's like
Yep.
right on the corner.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, you
love
can
it
make a
here.
little basket of things made in Easton.
Yeah, I wanted to do a scavenger hunt of all the fun places in Easton for people to go
We
to.
there is
That's
one.
fun.
But what kind is it?
Karen Ketchaputi.
Is it a
and
kid?
I think
Is it for
Gretchen
kids?
did a book. Yeah.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. She
Really?
passed hers on
color
it.
me behind the times.
Yep. I'll get you the ebook.
Okay,
Yeah, you'll want that. Yep, it was done. It
You
was
can still
it was
do your
just
own.
that.
I'll do it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a Mom's Club scavenger hunt that happened many years ago?
I still do it.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
It still happens?
Hmm.
Are you still in the mom's
Is
club?
there drinking involved?
That's
the best part.
A nip hunt?
The last time I
The
did it,
nip hunt.
Oh,
Nips.
yeah.
it was like COVID.
Okay.
So that was kind of
Get
the
like a
end for
big
me.
van with a DD and just rip it up.
I'm just a member now. I don't really I don't have the bandwidth to be able to attend the events. I try to. I talk a good talk, but I don't. My favorite ones, I haven't given up on Snow Mom. I do that one still.
What's that one?
That's one where you get a mom at Christmas time.
Oh, and then you.
You
Okay.
surprise her with gifts.
I think I did that one year.
That's
There's so much shit that I don't remember.
Yeah.
My memory is bad.
You
I
should
don't
join
sleep.
for Edie. Yeah, I know.
She's busy.
It's not that I don't want to.
You just don't have
It's just that I don't want to.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
feel like
that
I
she
do
doesn't
other
want to.
things. No, I feel like I do other things.
Well, you know, it's funny. That's how I met moms in Easton. Like my
Yeah.
closest mom friends, I
Yeah.
met them through the Moms Club when my kids were babies.
Yeah.
It's
It was a
kind of
crucial
amazing.
lifeline. I think
Yeah.
for me it was different because I was a teacher
Yeah.
and I was a
Right.
preschool teacher and my kids were the same age. So that's how I met. But you're right. Like for
Yeah.
other, like I had just moved to Easton. And was like had a baby like 2 days later and I didn't know anybody.
And I, even though I lived here, I didn't have kids. I didn't know what to do with kids in town.
Yeah.
And it was a non-judgmental group to be a part of. Everybody was going through the same thing.
Though?
I think it was.
They
in
were
my
judging
experience.
your garden.
I mean, well, they might have been. That was with the gardeners. I mean, who knows? I don't really have a filter for who's judging me, so I suppose they could be judging me.
I also feel like you've started this whole walking craze.
Yeah, pretty good.
Are you in on
Actually,
this walking craze?
Janelle
I do my own
O'Rourke
walk.
did.
I
Janelle
walk every
O'Rourke.
morning.
Janelle O'Rourke was the one who told me about the walking challenge that Molly Martin
Okay.
has.
Oh,
And-
Janelle started like the.
Well,
she was
she
the
joined. She
seed
found this
planter.
one through this woman in what I don't even know what town she is. She runs this Facebook walking group, and I had promoted it, just saying, "Hey guys, if you want something to be
You
accountable,
started a cult following.
yeah, it's great." And we all walk.
boom,
Jody
boom.
and I walk a couple times a
Oh,
week.
You're going to be walking so much faster.
I have been walking ever since the breast reduction.
I wanted to just
Well,
I
prior
like
to,
led
prior to, you
Prior to, yes, I haven't missed a day
Yeah.
except for the day of the operation.
You've been
Yeah.
walking ever, and then you walked the next day.
Yes, I walked the next day.
Damn.
The doctor said, get up
Yeah.
and go for a walk.
Yeah.
And she said, when you're watching TV, when a commercial comes on, get up
Just get up.
and walk around. Yeah. I walk like 2 miles every day. I love it.
It's good for the brain.
It's so good for the brain.
I know when Steph's walking, so I can text and be like, "Can you take my call?"
And I go, fine.
So that I know you're walking, but you can talk and walk.
Yes.
Otherwise, she gets very irritated.
How often do you guys talk a day?
Stephanie thinks too much.
I'm like, can you please not call me at 6 a.m.?
Sometimes the things on the brain just burn, and then you have to
we text 24/7.
Yeah.
Right? And then she'll call. I'll be busy, so I'll bitch button her. I'll call her. She never picks up my phone. In fact, there was like a meme, and they're like, if you could get $10 million, but you have to call one person who won't pick up your phone call. And I was thinking, I'm like, that would be Meredith.
I am that person.
Meredith never picks up my phone call.
I relate. I hate talking on the phone now.
I don't mind talking
Texting
on the phone,
ruined
but
phone calls for me.
If I'm busy or I'm on an appointment, I won't.
Meredith,
I will only call when I can give you presence, focus,
and you
talk.
do love a phone call.
If I'm
you're
I don't
available.
like if I'm doing something else. If you and I are having a conversation, you're my focus. If I can't do that, I don't want to talk.
Yeah. Yes. That's why car conversations are like
I talk
crucial.
in the
Right,
car
they're the
all
best.
time. Yeah.
Right.
Except now that I work at the NRT, my drive is like 1 second. So I'm like, hello, how you doing? Goodbye.
Thanks
Well,
for
my mom
checking
said,
in.
she's like, my children only call me when they're in the car. And I'm like, well, yeah. Is that bad? I
Like,
don't
when
know.
are we?
I don't think so.
Is she mad? Does she want you to be
In the
sitting in a
moment she
chair?
was, you know.
Ace.
Ace was mad.
You're in
I
trouble.
will still never get over the fact that your mom is called Ace.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It is the best.
great.
And I call Meredith Dame.
Dame.
She's a dame.
Dame. I love that.
What does Alexa call you? She calls you the sheriff.
She calls me, she has lots of names, depending on the mood.
Right. She calls you
I
Carrigan.
talked to her this morning, actually.
What does she call
Oh
you?
shit!
Oh, she's doing an open house.
I was supposed to put open house signs in my car and I forgot.
Oh.
But she's going to Canton, right?
She's going to Canton.
She can swing by Stoughton and pick them up.
If you're listening.
Whoops!
11
Sorry,
Elizabeth.
Alexa.
11 Elizabeth, open house tonight. You won't
Whoopsie.
hear this until next week. But
Yeah,
that's
and the
okay.
house will be gone already. But sorry.
Hope it went well.
Right. Multiple
I
offers.
love her.
Yeah.
Do you walk to work?
I haven't. The weather was so awful the last bit. I mean, I could, but I'm always late.
You can't. Can
Yeah.
you go through your back? Who abuts you? Could you?
I love that. Who abuts you?
Sorry, that's such
I
a
mean,
real
I have the
term.
train. I have the train tracks behind me.
Okay.
I could do the train tracks. I could, but typically I drive Edie to school, so I have Edie with me in the car, and then
Now,
I
I
drive
need to do a visual
work.
because I think you could have.
I could do my own path.
What if she has papers and such that she has to carry?
She can put it in a backpack.
I'll have a backpack. Look,
Yeah. Backpack,
I don't carry a
backpack,
purse. I carry a backpack because I'm 10,
Backpack.
and I just love a backpack.
I like a backpack.
I have
too.
a work backpack.
I just hate a purse now.
I have a backpack when I travel, and then I keep it
Yes.
for days because it's so convenient.
Yes.
So much room for activities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snacks, phone,
Yes.
computer, papers,
Yep. Water.
Yeah.
a book,
Yeah.
clothes.
Yeah.
God, you can fit anything in there. It's
Right.
great. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. One day I'll walk.
I'm
right.
gonna have to take
in
a
the
look.
summer when
I'll do
Edie
the
doesn't have
aerial
school.
and see.
And she will.
She's
too.
like, I will
She's
map
gonna map
your-
out a route for you.
I will map your route.
You'll get that on your phone today.
If I get attacked by like a rabid fox or something,
Well, be careful.
if I call, will you pick up?
Yeah, but
if I call
yes,
for help,
excuse me.
Yes.
Be careful of the serial killer that is on the loose in New England.
what?
What?
Yes, there is a serial killer on the loose. Women's bodies are being washed up. So I'm just
Where?
saying, be careful. Massachusetts,
Why
Rhode
is it always
Island,
women that are the
Connecticut.
victims? Can't there be a serial killer
Well,
that's
you
a
know,
woman?
Janine
Like,
and I
can't we
have talked about
DEI it
this.
a little bit?
Janine and I have talked about
Serial killing.
the young men in their 20s who always are found on the Charles.
Oh yeah,
They call it like the smile
the
killer.
smiley face killer.
Yeah.
Why smiley face?
I don't know, but you can look it up, and there's a theory that there's
Because there's always a
serial
smiley
killer.
face by their bodies somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Is
for
that the
the
calling card?
yes for young men in their 20s.
Not that I wish
Oh.
anyone
Who go
ill will.
missing.
I'm just
No.
saying.
Yeah, and they find him on the banks of the Charles.
Well, I'm just saying be careful walking down the tracks by yourself. That's all I'm saying. And I'm down the black hole again because the Karen Reed trial started again.
Oh,
And it's on YouTube.
I feel like Carrie needs to be in. I'm a little bit behind on it.
Well, we're not going to talk about
she
it, but
snapped me
I-
yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, because she was like, it's starting.
Yep, I was in the black hole today.
of like all the information.
I just put it
it's
on.
like pace.
I'm like riveted.
And the Karen Reed trial.
It's too much.
Dark hole, so much information. So many.
And I think that's
opinions.
why I'm out of sorts today.
Pace.
The pace and the fucking Karen Reed, it's on the same level playing field, I feel like. It's just ridiculous.
You guys, today I'm going back for Botox.
I get a little every year.
Well, I stopped for a bit because it was making my eyebrows wonky and giving me needing my eyelids done. But I just can't take these ones. So
Were
I'm
you
having
looking
them
at
done.
me when you were saying that? I feel
No, I was going
like,
through what do I have to do
prompted that?
after this today.
Why don't you just get bangs?
Oh.
They won't cover right here. These are the ones that prompted when my kids said to me one day, "Mommy, are you mad at me?"
Oh.
And I said,
Your furrowed brow.
"No, but it's
What?
time for Botox."
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going back. It's been a good probably year.
Yeah, I get a little.
Yep. I don't want the angry.
Do you do
look.
it?
No. No Botox or fillers. I just get surgeries.
Yeah.
I had my eyes done and
She's
my
like,
breasts
I don't
done.
do that little shit.
I'm
I'm gonna go
"What's
big or
next?"
go home.
Yeah, I spend thousands on surgeries.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for some reason I can't get into the Botox or the fillers.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like some celebrities have ruined it. You gotta gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
I
and when
can't
to
put,
walk
I
away.
just don't want to put that in my body.
Okay,
I don't know
You know what
why.
the other thing is? I saw someone I know. You guys don't know her, but
I know because we were just gonna say who is it?
Give
Her
us
skin-
initials.
Not a wrinkle. Not
Nicole Kidman.
I mean, she might as well be a 14-year-old girl walking in, but you know she's not a 14-year-old girl.
How do you
Okay.
feel about that?
It made her look odd.
Weird.
Right.
It was weird because
I
you're
see
like
what
the
you're
brain
saying.
was not processing. You know, sort of like,
yeah.
especially if you're an EQ person, you're always scanning and looking and computing, right, for all the everything about someone. And so it keeps going back it's like a computer that trips up and it's like, wait, there's
like
something,
Benjamin Button.
This is what's going on here, right? And she's in great shape and she's beautiful, but it's not right.
But you know who looks so good? Demi Moore.
Oh, I
well-
don't think so. I disagree.
Well, maybe in pictures.
I think
don't
she
know what
looks
it's like
the
in real
same
life.
as what she's looked like for years.
Yeah, I feel like she makes it. You don't think she makes it look natural? Some people do. It does not look.
Brandy
Natural.
Glanville.
I mean, any housewife,
Right.
any housewife.
Lisa Rinna.
I mean, Kyle doesn't look that bad.
I can't take her voice.
It's raspy.
Yeah.
Okay. So Botox. I've done a lip filler,
Oh.
but see, you wouldn't know.
well,
Well, maybe you would.
No, they are juicy and full. They look good.
Thanks.
I don't judge people who do it. I'm just saying when you go do everything.
When you do everything
When
all
you-
at once.
Well, and it's more I can't articulate it. You got to let some things be, I guess.
Yeah.
You got to show some signs of aging. Otherwise, it's going to be weird.
I
Imagine
didn't get
back
my
in the
roots
day, nobody did anything.
Well,
I
and look at
know.
if the Golden Girls were our age.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Right. So
Right.
I'm not saying that we need to go back to anything. I'm not saying that, but I'm just all I'm saying is this woman I know, her skin is flawless, right? Not an imperfection. She does have some fillers in there, at least my assessment, and Botox, which is fine. Skin beautiful, but something kept tripping up in my brain. I'm like, what is it? I'm like, oh, because she looks like she's 16.
I wish someone had told me to when the grays came in to just not cover it. It's just way too much work.
I'm
Case in
surprised
point.
you haven't let it go.
Yeah, why don't you
I
let
feel
it
like
go?
you would.
You would look stunning with gray.
I've tried.
Oh, you have?
tried.
Did you try doing it before?
I did.
Oh, okay.
And what happened?
Well, I mean, do you want to hear the story?
Yes.
So
I'm
I
here
was,
for it.
I was uncomfortably gray. I think I let it because you're supposed to let your roots grow down to a certain point and then you blend it.
Right.
Oh yeah, you blend.
Right.
And then you blend it. So I did that. I got it. I very uncomfortable. It was like a conversation piece for every business development meeting. Oh, hi, yes. And then I went to a salon on Newbury Street where their specialty was to blend it. And she
Okay.
basically turned my hair dark brown again. And so it erased the 7 months worth of growing out. And then I was just,
Are you
I was
serious?
it was not fun. So I'm like, well, fuck it. Then I'm just going to keep dyeing it. So now on my many hair journeys, as long as with my jobs and hair. There's been many,
Right.
many.
Well,
Yes.
Jen's not afraid
Well,
to
you have
change
great
her-
hair.
her
I have a great hairstylist.
Yeah.
But so now I'm going light to hopefully start to maybe
Try it again.
try it again.
Well, we had a realtor at our office who made the announcement.
That it was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to.
I
Otherwise
said,
it's uncomfortable.
thanks for letting us know.
Because
Tracy?
people will just
Yes.
start because people will just start looking at you.
Right,
Then
like-
it's like if you have a shirt that's like cleavage, they'll look there and you have to just
Right,
acknowledge it.
yeah.
Same thing with like the roots. You just acknowledge that
I
this is
tell
just gonna get
everybody
uncomfortable
everything.
for everybody for a minute.
Right. My sister did it. It
Through
looks
it.
stunning.
It's a year to grow out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm like, I could go every 2.5 to 3 weeks. I go every
Yeah.
3.5 weeks to get
See,
my hair
and I started
colored.
going gray in my late 20s. It
Yeah.
started for me.
Mm.
I could have been a full silver fox.
I
at,
found one
30.
gray hair after the birth of Alexa.
Yeah.
It was thick and it was curly.
No. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
I think you should try it again.
I think
Okay.
so too.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I think you can rock it, Jen.
Yeah, I do
Oh,
too.
thanks.
And I feel like you'll have like Joyce's hair is absolutely stunning. on her.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I know Joyce.
Joycey,
Yeah.
she looked. Yes, she
yeah,
did
yeah,
the grow
she does
out.
look beautiful.
I
I said,
with
Joyce, you really should send out an all Easton email.
Like
I
a
don't think
public
everybody
service
can rock it
announcement.
though. I
You
don't think everybody
so?
has beautiful silver. I don't.
Well,
Mine
you can
is not.
make it.
Well, then you're coloring for it. Mine's just
Yeah.
a ruddy, dull color.
Can you do it?
No.
I know it takes like a certain emotional stability.
Well,
be
and you
able
have
to
to have
look-
a pretty color
to look
underneath.
right.
It's not pretty. It's just not.
I said to Anthony, should I go gray?
Yeah. What do you
He's
say?
like, no.
Yeah, most guys will say no.
Right.
If Dan had his druthers, he'd be like, no, thank you.
I think my sister actually looks better gray than she did with her mousy brown.
Because sometimes I feel like it ages
I didn't
you.
mean mousy, but
She meant a different word.
I meant
was different.
chestnut.
Yes.
I just think her gray looks stunning.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it can.
Okay.
And
we
she has
could-
like pieces of black in it, but that's just how it grew in.
Yeah. All right. We'll just.
Well, I think
pull
when you
that
I
around.
think that's it. It
Yeah.
is when there's different levels of color in it.
Kelly
You get,
Pope
like, a
did
dark
hers
one.
too, and
Yeah.
then she had some dark pieces put in.
Yeah.
Because she wanted more texture and movement.
Yeah. But then
Mm.
it was green a little bit.
That's not
Luckily,
a good
she
time.
doesn't listen to the podcast.
She It was. No, she was like, now my
She
hair's
said
green.
it. Yeah, she
She's the
wasn't
one.
happy.
No.
But-
because she was trying to do what you were doing
Oh.
to blend, and then it turned green, and she's like, she was so
Yeah.
frustrated.
I wish someone had told me. There's a friend of mine, Cassie. She's a teacher in Brockton, but I've known her for years. You could tell she just let it a beautiful hair, but it's all salt and pepper and it's perfect. And she just left it alone and just like, I don't know. I
Can you
feel like it's such a
imagine?
dichotomy. Like,
Not doing your nails, having salt and pepper hair.
well, I've stopped. Beauty has rejected me at some point. I feel like I've just stopped doing the nails. I also don't have time anymore. I just don't have time to go do all the appointments. It's a lot.
But some people look really good with natural nails.
Hmm.
Like some people can just rock it.
I tried doing natural nails.
You don't like it?
I do. But
I really love
I
the
don't-
women who have like the long, like the new version. What's the
Oh.
new style? The almond? Or no? What the?
Oh, the
hell?
coffin?
Yes.
What's the coffin?
I worked with this
coffin shape.
young little chickie. She had like the long. I don't know how you function.
Well, I
like,
used to have square, and now I've switched it to almond.
almond.
Mm.
Yeah.
I tried going natural, but they're not. It doesn't make my hands look pretty.
Oh. Yes, they have short, stubby hands. They're not.
I like to get designs.
I don't do designs. In fact,
If I could have
my ladies make fun of me
rhinestones-
because they're like, French or OPI red.
Right.
That's what you do.
That's it.
You
That's
just
it.
rotate
They're like,
between
you want
the
a
two.
design? And I'm like, ugh. And they all laugh at me.
Well, I get in trouble at my place because they're like, you did not tell us you wanted design. Because it takes hours.
Oh. It's a lot of it's like artistry.
You have to, it is artistry.
And not every technician can do it.
No.
My lady tried doing a gem on me and it popped off. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's it.
That's like me trying to do a face paint for Edie.
Yes.
Sometimes
it doesn't take.
No
it
go.
doesn't work out well.
No.
Yeah.
Did you ever try to do the hair tinsel too?
I've
I've tried
not
hair tinsel
I
on
was
Edie.
thinking
That
about-
was a hot mess.
You did
I
it
was thinking
yourself?
about-
Yes. I was like, why pay when I could learn on Google? No.
Oh, that was me with Alexa. She had something in her hair, and I just cut it out So she had an
I
alfalfa
can't even
sprout.
French. I'm so bad with hair. I can't
Then
even
I
French
decided
braid.
I'd wax her. I'm like, my mom's like, what have you done?
Oh my God.
to
My
her?"
mom, when I was little, she would cut our hair. She would sit you on the toilet and you'd be afraid for your life. She'd
Right.
come at you with like the sharp scissors.
Yeah.
She'd put a piece of Scotch tape. I kid you not, like Pulp Fiction bangs. She
Linda.
would put little Lenny. She would put a piece of Scotch tape and just ever so carefully. And you wouldn't breathe and she would just cut. And then you'd be like, ooh,
That's so great.
huh.
My mother used to blow dry my hair and it hurt. She would take
Oh,
the big, and she would be
God, yeah.
angry about it, taking that round brush and pulling, and I'd be like, "Oh, please
And my
stop."
mom, oh my God, if I have to, my mom was not a morning person. She was a night owl.
Neither was
still.
mine.
And
Night
so
owl.
in the morning, oh God, we have 5 minutes. She would put out
What?
cereal bowls. She would put out cereal bowls and we would make our own breakfast. So if I wanted my hair done, it would be like going into like a
den.
dark cave
Yeah.
of den,
Same.
like a
Oh,
mother bear.
same.
And she'd like come at me, like laying in bed and like my pigtails would be sideways. I never learned how to do hair,
Oh,
ever.
God forbid I missed the bus and I needed a ride.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
the gas, the brake, the gas, the
So
brake.
angry.
Angry.
It was not worth it.
No.
I feel like I've learned so much, but I'm gonna grow up my gray hair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk to work. Hopefully, I'll survive it.
Yeah, we don't want you getting killed.
You guys are all gonna spread the word about all the good things at
Yep.
the NRT of Easton.
Yes.
Can you give us your social handles or sheep pastures, please?
It's just I think it's just the NRT of Easton.
But is
.com.
okay. So we can find.
If you go to our website, you can see like our Insta. If you don't already follow, you can
Oh, so
click
it's on
our
Instagram,
Yep,
on
we're on
Facebook.
Instagram. We're on Facebook. Yeah.
I get your emails.
Yeah,
I don't.
you
Are
can.
you a member? And everybody should become a member.
Yeah.
And here's my plug for becoming a member. You can support the community, but you are very specific about where your dollars are going,
Yes.
right? So that's the benefit here is if you become a member of the sheep pasture, you can go and see where your dollars are going.
Yes.
We like that.
Yes.
Well, in these times, you know,
Yeah. I think the transparency, trust-based philanthropy is very important. to know.
trust-based philanthropy.
Yes.
I like that.
That's a
And
good
all right, so what do we have for
phrase.
animals coming?
2 new cows,
Mini cows.
2 mini Highlands.
She's gonna be so
That's and
One
then that's
sheep.
One.
One camel.
I don't know about the llama. We're gonna talk about that.
Jean's
And
gonna
then
say no.
Jean's gonna watch this,
Jean's
and I'm gonna
daughter Erin wanted one for a long
Should we
time.
bring Jean on the podcast?
Mhm.
Yeah. And Ace. We should do Jean and because they're besties.
Yes.
They'll do it together.
Yeah. Yep.
I love you
Oh, excuse
guys. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thank you so
you.
much.
The new executive director of Natural Resources Trust of Easton Sheep
I
Pasture.
don't know how I got
Jenn
here, but I'm
Smith.
so excited.
You are a
I'm
big
so
wig.
lucky.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys. Bye, everyone.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.